everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought that I would do a favourites video for the month of February. I haven't done a favourites video since January, I think it was, when I did my Best of Beauty 2016, and I didn't really want to do a January one because I feel like I would have bombarded you with too much favourites all in one month. So I took a break from the favourites front and I thought now I'd come back and do one for February, because over February there was quite a few new products that I discovered that I really enjoyed using, so I thought that I would show you them today. So I will start off with skincare because there are a few skincare products that I've been trying over the month and I've really enjoyed using them. The first one is the Rodial Dragon's Blood Hyaluronic Toner. I really like this. I've been using it throughout the entire month. I've practically used it non-stop and it's a really nice range actually. Dragon's Blood is a derivative of a tree. It's the resin that you get from a particular tree and it's a protective product that's used in skincare. Hyaluronic acid itself, it's very good to help soothe the skin. It prevents spots and breakouts. It also keeps the skin's elasticity and it helps it look younger, and it's a natural form of exfoliation without being too harsh on the skin. And hyaluronic acid is one of the best things for mature skin, for combination skin, for irritated skin. It's just like a really great product to use in beauty products, and it's used in lots of different things. It feels very soothing on the skin. It's not too harsh as a toner. I feel like with some toners they can be a little bit too chemically, or they might not feel like they're doing enough, but this one really lifts off any excess makeup or impurities off the skin that I might have missed from cleansing it. It just makes it feel really soothed and soft. It's great if you get breakouts. I love it for my T-zone and I've just been religiously using it and I like the way it makes my skin feel. And I also got a sample of the face mask when I went to Space NK last month and I've been really enjoying that too. So I'm definitely going to check out more of the Rodial Dragon's Blood range because I really like the way it makes my skin feel and it's been doing my combination skin the world of good this winter. So definitely check this out if you haven't, because I think you might like it. I say winter, but my room is very spring looking now with the daffodils, so I feel like even though it's cold and dreary outside, I'm trying to make it look more like the essence of spring in my room and bring the spring spirit into my room with all the flowers. So I say that, but I feel like it's springtime now. I'm ready for spring, so come on spring, I'm ready for you. The next thing I have to show you is again another skincare product, and they are the Superdrug's own range Naturally Radiant Glycolic Acid Daily Cleansing Pads. So these are again like the acid pads, but they're not so much for blemish control as they are for actually clarifying your skin and brightening it and making it look more radiant and youthful and promoting the elasticity in the skin, obviously, because glycolic acid is good for your skin in terms of making it look more elasticized and to really boost the radiance in your skin. I've been using these every other day after I've been in the shower as more of a morning toner, and it just lifts up my skin. It really adds a little bit of something to my skin. It just makes my makeup look a lot more fresher after I've used one of these before I put my skincare on. They feel very cooling on the skin. They don't feel like they're really harsh, because I've used other blemish pads and they feel really abrasive on the skin. These ones don't, because they just feel like they're really soothing and they have a bit of a distinct smell. They're made with plant extracts, but they just smell really nice. They've got a lovely scent to them and they just feel like they're doing something for the skin, but they're not too harsh, and I really like them. I got sent these very kindly by the PR team at Superdrug and I've been loving them this month, so I'm definitely going to check out more of this range because it's very affordable. It's also dermatologically tested. The last skincare product I have to show you is the Formula Absolute Ultimate Sleep Cream. Now this is from the M&S range and I've been trying it out over the last month and I've been really enjoying it because I had it in my cupboard in my bathroom and I'd run out of my other night cream and I was like, I don't have anything, and I noticed I had this. With M&S products, I love them anyway. I use a lot of their own brand of beauty stuff anyway. They are hypoallergenic, they're fragrance free, and they're just very good for the skin. So I just thought, well, I might as well try it because I know that their products are good and I like their stuff anyway, and I have been loving this. This is made with fruit extracts. It's got a really lovely fruity scent to it. It is hypoallergenic as well. It's good for all different skin types and it's also paraben free. So this just feels very soothing on the skin. It's got more of a balmy consistency to it. It sinks into the skin quite quickly, so it's good for people who've got oily skin as well. I have combination skin and I don't want something that's going to be too intense. When I wake up in the morning, my skin just feels so soothed, so refreshed, and it just doesn't feel tight or irritated. It feels just really lovely, and I've definitely noticed that the elasticity in my skin has improved. When this runs out, I'm going to have to go and replace it. Although I say that, but it's always out of stock apparently. When you go into M&S, this is always out of stock because it's so popular, and I can see why, because it's really nice. Now moving on to makeup products, I first of all want to start off with a makeup brush. Now you might have seen this on my Instagram because I did post it on there a couple of weeks ago. The other week I was very kindly invited to go to the Superdrug store in Croydon to meet Sam and Nick Chapman, who are the founders and creators of Pixie Woo and Real Techniques brushes. So I was invited to go down there and meet them because they were doing a masterclass. They were talking about all the new brushes that they're bringing out, which is the multi-tech range, and they were doing a masterclass of how to apply makeup, which was a really great evening. I was spoilt by the PR team at Superdrug who invited me. I got given a goodie bag, I got a voucher to spend in store, I had my eyebrows done, I met Sam and Nick Chapman, I got a picture with them, they signed their book, the Facebook that I purchased, so I got that signed, and I also got some of these brushes, and I got one of them engraved as well because they were doing engraving on the evening if you bought the brushes or if you had one. So I got Fashioneyesta on mine, which was great because it's my blog name. And this is the brush that I wanted to mention because I've been really loving it throughout this month. It is the Point XL brush. Now basically the new multi-tech range that Sam and Nick Chapman have brought out from Real Techniques is a collection of brushes with the same point but just different sizes so that you can use them for different things. And this is Point XL, and what this is for is it's really good for bronzer, it's good for powder, you could even use it for a little bit of blusher if you wanted to. I've been really liking this for bronzer because I like the fact that with the tip you can apply the colour and then you can really buff it out with the sides of the brush. I love how fluffy it is. It's the right sort of size for my face because it's not too massive, so you can really get a nice chiseled look with the bronzer, and you can make it look a little bit more contoured, but it's not too small that it will look too precise. It's very good for blending, and I really like this brush. It's synthetic hair, so it's easy to clean, and I just love the fact that it's got my blog name on it. I just think that's so cool. The next thing I wanted to mention is one of the Hourglass lip stylos in the colour Believer. Now, I had seen these advertised on Hourglass's social media and I loved the look of them, and this shade in particular was one that I was really drawn to. Believer is a really beautiful peachy tone colour. It's like a nude peach and it's lovely for spring, summer. It's a very nice wearable nude. It's like My Lips but better kind of shade, and they feel so comfortable on the lips. They've got a really beautiful pigmentation to them and colour payoff, and they're just so nice to have without lip liner, just for a really subtle look, or to add with lip liner to make your lips look a little bit more full. I love this colour. I can't rave about it enough. I've been using it so much throughout this month. Another product I wanted to mention is a old favourite for many people on YouTube. So it's been out for ages and I'm very late on the bandwagon, but I just never got a chance to go to a Space NK to try this, and it is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. Now, I went to Bath earlier last month. I went in January on a trip to Bath Spa with Victor Children, and it was a lovely, lovely time. We went to the spa, we got to see the Roman baths, we had a walking tour. It was a really great time, and on the last day we went to do a bit of shopping. So me and the group of girls went all over to Space NK and we spent a small fortune in there. I myself contributed to that immensely, and I decided to bite the bullet and buy this foundation because I'd seen so many rave reviews about it. Everybody was using it in tutorials and everybody loves this thing. So I was like, I need to buy it because I really, really want to try it. And I am in the shade Mont Blanc, if you want to know as well, which is a really light shade. It's got a lovely dewy semi-tone matte finish to it, so it applies really evenly. And it does look really healthy and natural, but it does have very good coverage to it as well. So even though it's sheer glow, don't let that put you off because it's not as sheer as you'd think it's going to be. It's actually a really good coverage foundation, but it looks really natural and it really synergizes with your skin. It doesn't have any SPF in it, but I don't mind this because I already use SPF in my cream or my primer, and you're not supposed to use SPF in more than one thing because otherwise it cancels it out. I find if you have an SPF in your foundation, it will reflect the light off of it when you're taking pictures, and it can look a little bit oily and it can make your skin look a little bit too shiny. So I like this one because it doesn't have that. I think there's a really good colour range. There's so many different colours to choose from, and I just love the way this looks on my skin. It's the perfect match for my skin tone. It was an impulse buy to start off with, but after using it for a few weeks, it's not become an impulse buy, it's become an investment, and I love it. Although the only thing that annoys me is that you have to buy the pump separately. You don't get the pump with it, you have to buy it for £3, which is kind of annoying, but aside from that, I love this foundation and I'm really glad I bought it. I also wanted to mention a blusher as well. Now, you might have seen this if you watched one of my haul videos I did, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Glow, and it is in the shade Love Glow, and this is a two-tone blusher colour. It is a really beautiful peachy pink colour, and the idea of this is you've got the outer colour on the outside, which you use all over the cheek, and then the lighter colour on the inside in the middle, which you can use on the apples of the cheek. So you basically swish one colour all over the cheek, and then you pop the smaller colour on the apples of your cheek to give your cheeks a little bit of glow, and it's really, really pretty. I love this colour. It's so nice for a really warm pinky tone glow with a bit of peach to it. It's a great shade for my pale skin tone, and I like the fact that you can really work this into the skin and you've got the two colours to mix. You could just mix them all up together and just use it as one colour, but I like doing the swish and pop routine because I think it looks really pretty. They blend really easily into the skin. It's got a really nice funny milled texture to it, and it just looks great when you apply it, and I've been using this a lot throughout the month. And I love the packaging as well, very glamorous packaging. I think Charlotte Tilbury packaging is just the bomb. You just can't go wrong with Charlotte Tilbury packaging. It just looks amazing. I also wanted to mention an eyeliner. Now, for so long I've been very scared of branching out of eyeliner. I don't wear eyeliner all the time, or I didn't because I wasn't very good at it, but over the last month I've sat down most evenings and really worked at perfecting my eyeliner because I love eyeliner and I think it finishes off a look, and I'm finally able to do a winged eyeliner. So I was like, right, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna splash out on a new eyeliner, and I'm gonna get one that everybody loves. So many people were like, you need to get the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper because everybody uses this thing and everybody loves it. And I was like, oh, okay. This thing is what eyeliner gods are made of. It's just, oh, it's the best. It's a really nice true black colour. It's got a really thin nib to it. The nib itself is a brush tip, however, it performs and feels like a pen. With this, it doesn't look like you've just got a Sharpie and drawn it on your eye, because it does look a really true black and you can really work it in, but it's easy to apply in the sense that it's like a pen. It doesn't move about, the actual brush tip, it just stays in one place. It's so easy to work with. Getting a wing with this is really easy. It's really nice to get a really fine line, but you can really build it up if you want more of a chunky look. I love this. I completely fell in love with this from the first time I used it, and ever since then I've been wearing winged eyeliner every day to work. Every day when I've gone into work I've had winged eyeliner on because I'm like, yes, I can finally do it. I can now embrace winged eyeliner and wear it whenever I want. So I'm so happy and proud of myself that I finally mastered it, and as a result I did buy this for myself as a treat and I love it. I have one more product I wanted to show you for eyes, and it is a palette that I've been using, but let me first of all take this brush out. This is the palette. It is the Makeup Revolution's Neutrals versus Neutrals palette. Now, I saw this on their Instagram and I was like, oh my god, that looks amazing, and I managed to buy it on their website because it was sold out in Superdrug for most of the month. And I love it. In this palette you're getting 16 shades. Now the first row you're getting a lot of pinky tone shades, and in the second row you're getting more grey taupey tone shades. And I think this is nice because you've got the pinks if you want to be a bit more adventurous, but then you've got the very classic grey shades, or you can work both of the colours in together and you can create different looks with this. This is a very versatile palette. It's very kind of romantic, vintage-esque kind of colours that really make me think of a very smoky vintage 50s look. I love this palette and I've been wearing it a lot. They're very pigmented, very easy to blend and to apply, and they've got great staying power. For a drugstore palette, these shadows really do apply well, and they really do compete with some of my high-end palettes. So I'm really glad I bought this for $6.99. The last thing I wanted to mention for this favourite is actually some crafts. Now these are by my mum, and my mum makes these. So some of you might say, oh, you're being biased, but she's my mum and I think she's amazing and I want to support her work in any way I can. So that means putting them in my favourites video. So she makes these really amazing wood decorations. She does pyrography, which is where she carves out wood and she draws things onto wood using a wood burner, and then she paints them. She does all different designs and she puts them on her Etsy store and also on her Facebook page, which I'll link down below. It's under Emily M Original, but I'll link everything down below if you want to go and follow her. And she's got all different ones, like this lovely mermaid one here, and then we've got this one called Midnight in Venice, which is a woman looking out into a starry sky and she's wearing a copper dress. And then we've got these little ones here, like this little fawn one which she's carved onto wood. So they're really pretty because you can hang them in your home, you could even save them for a Christmas tree, you could hang them on a piece of string, you could have them as a piece of art on your wall, and I just think they're amazing. I think she's such a talented woman and I just wanted to showcase her work on here. So do go and check her out because she's always putting new things on her Etsy store and on her Facebook page. So that concludes my favourites video for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Do be sure to like, comment and subscribe to my channel if you're new as well, and let me know what your favourite things have been for this month. I'd really love to know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!